Greetings everyone, Leoben here, playing Legends of Elumia. I haven't played this in a week or so. The first thing I'm going to do here is hand in a quest and get another quest. These are like dailies. Zeet. He's got the jobs. Greetings, adventurer. I have quests that require your skills if you are up for the task. So I'm going to hand in the one I've already completed. Unlocking the mystery, that's what I did. I don't remember what that was. And then he gives you a key. This is a mystery dungeon key. This is the only reward you get from him besides experience points. But these keys are important because they get you into... I have 9 of them so far. They get you into the hard dungeons. Otherwise, you can only access easy dungeons. This is a battle mage I have, level 36. She's got 3 skills, just like every character. Every character has 3 skills. This is Astral Impact, which is my AoE direct damage spell. This is Moon Phase, which is my single target heal over time. And this is Unforgiving Earth, my root, a single target root. The attributes are Strength, Intelligence, and Agility, and you can see that they hover above my skills here. So each attribute supposedly affects the skill beneath it. So I have highest Strength, which means Astral Impact is probably my best skill, I guess. This is what I've been told and kind of what's been said on the Discord. I haven't really been able to test it out because things are so subtle. Like, you know, if I go up a point or two, you won't really see much of a difference. Although, when I do increase intelligence, I do tend to see an increase in my heals by like a point or so. Gear is really what makes the difference on your character. So, the green items are like the rare items. Those are the ones I'm looking for in the easy dungeons. I rarely ever find blues. Purples are like the best. Or I think it goes the other way around. Green, blue. Green, purple, then blue? Or no, green, blue, then purple, I think. Yeah, mystics. Rare, mystic, and I forget what the best one is called. But the items, you know, the gear give you extra stats that add to your agility, to add to your attributes, and that's what really makes your character. So it's this gear-based game. Did he give me another quest yet? Okay, he wants me to hunt a rare Midu beast. Since the dust infection hit Tendaya Forest, the Rangers Guild has reported sightings of mutated rare breeds of Midu bears throughout the forest. The Rangers ask if you can hunt down a rare Midu beast and bring back its hide to Zeet in Elumia. Alright, I could do that. I could do these quests by myself. In fact, you can solo the game, which I've done for a bit, but the best way to play it is in groups. I just don't have the patience, so I'm going to stand here for maybe a minute, and if I get into a group, then great. If not, I go out on my own. Usually you're looking for a group and specifying whether you want an easy or a hard dungeon. I don't care, so I'm just gonna broadcast looking for group. So if you're new to Elumia, or if you don't know anything about it, this is not your typical MMORPG. First of all, it's in early alpha. It's still being built. I've been around for a little while now, and I've seen two kind of big updates to the game. They added archers, another character class, because when I started to play, they were only champions, which are like the warriors, and battle mages, which is my character here, which are the casters. And then they added the ranged character, the bow using character, the archer. And they also use some magic too. They have like oh good, I got into it. The second big update, I think, could be considered the pets. You could see one here. This character has a pet. There are like 4 different types of dogs. And the pets can actually help you. They like do stuff when you're hunting, when you're out in the map. So the game isn't completely accessible. What I mean by that is it's not a subscription based. It's not like a crowdfunded or anything like that. This is, I don't know what you'd call it. It's it works on a type of Bitcoin, like a type of electronic currency where you have to buy NFTs, which are like your character or your gear. Like you can actually buy the gear from a marketplace when people are selling and buying these things. So I had to pay for my character, and then as you play the game, once you pay for your character, you can get it into the game and then use it to do the dungeons, and then collect the main type of currency in the game, which is called dust. It's really the lowest form of currency. The dust could be used to buy things from the merchants in the game. I use it mostly to convert back into money, back into electronic currency, which you can do on their website. So every 2,000 dust, you can convert into the second form of their currency, which I think is called EKS or ELU. There are 2 names for it. I think it's the same thing. I think EKS is what it's listed as on the website. ELU is like another version of it, which could be used again to buy other things in the game. But the EKS, I've actually been accumulating and converting back into currency. So it's a pay to earn game. You don't earn a lot. I think every 2,000 dust converted may turn out to be like $2. So $2 a day. And I've been doing that for, I don't know, a few weeks now. I didn't do it for about 4 days straight just because I forgot. I got out of playing the game, and then I just forgot to log into the website to convert. And because I'm running out of dust, you can see down here, I only have just under 5,000 dust, so I'm good for 2 more days of converting, unless I start to farm dust, which is why I'm logging in today. I've seen all there is. The game is still early, so once you do the dungeons, there are only certain variations of them. The easy dungeons have a few variations, and then the hard dungeons, same thing. So it gets repetitive. The game's got to be worked on some more. But I think if they meet their goals and they follow their roadmap, it could be a pretty fun game, if you don't mind the cost to entry. Now, when I purchased my character, they were expensive. They've dropped in price so much now. There are characters you can get now that are so cheap. They were like way less than half of what I paid, which stinks because I have 2 of them. I bought 2 of them thinking I would try both and then sell off the one that I didn't want and possibly even make some money, because when I bought them, they were going up. Prices were going up, not down. Now the prices are way down, so it's actually not a bad time to check it out if you're interested. But it's still an investment. You still have to pay real money. So we're waiting for 2 more players. Usually it's a 4-man group. There's a third. So we just need 1 more. What else? You could buy keys from a few vendors in here. You cannot buy the dungeon keys that let you get to the hard dungeons. Those you have to earn by doing the quests. But you should be saving up your dust as well to buy keys to open chests. They are chests that you earn by beating bosses in the map. Bronze chests are the worst. I wouldn't say they're the worst. They're the most common. Gold chests are next, and then there are platinum chests. I've found a few of each. Obviously I found many more bronze since they're more common. The bronze chests, when you open them, the keys cost the least amount. I think they're 100 dust, but you get useful items in them. You always get stuff that you're going to use. The gold chests cost 500 dust to open them, and I don't think that it's worth it. And players seem to agree. You don't seem to get back what you pay when you get the items. The thing is, for a gold and for a platinum chest, the chances of getting something really good go up. So you kind of want to open them to see if you can get a really good piece of gear. I've only gotten gear from drops. I haven't purchased anything besides my character NFTs. You can see here I found a sword that's a level 39 rare. This is going to go to my champion when he gets to level 39. Right now he's only level 37. So I have to level him up a few. There is no storage in the game. In the game there's no storage. You can't simply put something in a bank or in a box. You have to carry all this stuff around, and it's a problem. It's a problem because when you go into a dungeon, you can't just take everything out. You have to have room. It's almost like an extraction type of game where you get to the exit, you put things in your bag, and you exit with them. If you don't put them in your bag, if you don't take them out of the map, they don't come with you. You don't get them. So I only have a few spaces left in my inventory right now to carry things out. You can store things outside of the game. The problem is you have to pay every time you transfer something in or out of the game. You have to pay currency, the electronic currency. So I don't do any of that. There have been times where I have to just drop things. If I'm in a map and this is full, my inventory is full, I'll just take something, I drop it on the ground, disappears, and I'll take, something better, something that's more valuable to me that I need. Come on, we need one more guy here. There we go. We got 4, so we're gonna go into the map. I have a key. So it looks like we're gonna do the hard dungeon. Someone has to have the key to the hard dungeon. That's why they ask. That's usually a good way to get a group. To advertise that you have a key to a hard dungeon, and then you'll get people who want to get into your group, because the hard dungeons are where you can actually get better gear and more dust. Alright, let's go in. You can enter Tendea Forest, which is easy, but we're going to use the mysterious dungeon key and enter a hard dungeon. It's asking you if I want to spend the key. Yes, I do. And in we go. In order to do the hard dungeons, I think that you need to have a character at least level 30. But again, the level isn't as important as the gear you have. If you twink out a character and he's like level 15, but he has like all blue or purple items, you probably could do it. He or she. I like to let the champions go first. Let him go and follow him. My job is to heal him. But battle mages are not just healers. They can do a little bit of damage. consumables are important in the game because you have to keep your mana up. And mana is spent whenever I use... What are they doing? Whenever I use a spell, it costs me some mana. And that's what this potion is here. The blue potion will slowly over time replenish it. There are also healing potions that do the same for your health. So this is good. This group is just going to do the traditional clear. We're going to go out and we're going to clear all the mobs, get the dust, hopefully get some drops. Sometimes you get into a group, especially in a hard dungeon, and they run past all this because all they want to get is the boss. The boss is where the good stuff is. The boss is going to drop the good stuff. That's not to say these guys won't. These guys could drop something, but it's very rare. And you can either double click on a mob to start auto attacking, or you can press number 1 on your keyboard. And then number 2, 3, and 4 are my skills, which I haven't even used them yet, but I'm going to heal one of my champions in a minute. Oh, actually, I'll heal him right now. Here, he's going to heal over time. That's not considered to be the best heal. The best heal in the game is considered to be the AoE heal. Well, came right after me. The AoE heal is a pretty big circle that heals everybody within. The thing is, it doesn't heal as much. Oh. Problem with this game is, in the combat, your animations are locked. And you can see right there I was casting. Once you start casting, you cannot break your animation, and if you get stuck in your animation and the mob fires its spell at you, you get hit, and I get one shot by that attack. There's no penalty for dying. The only inconvenience is you have to run back. And your health and mana reset to half. So you can't cheese it by, like, if you're at 0 mana and very low health, you can't just die on purpose and then refill your bars. You just go to half. They do that on purpose. I drink potion. So you see, we got a couple of things dropped, but they were not very good items. They're just things that it could be useful. Oh, I got a common sword. See, it's not really useful. A health potion. Health potions and energy potions are always useful. This guy's almost dead. Better heal him. So I think the graphics are pretty good. Things are dynamic. The grass moves. The shadows are pretty good. They fixed those because the lighting in the game used to be kind of janky when I first started. The controls are pretty smooth, responsive. You know, usually you cast a spell and it works right away. I'll use my AoE on these two guys here. So yeah, that does some good damage. I mean, for a battle mage, at least. I think the champions are by far the more powerful class, but people argue. People argue that. And there is hate, so you can build up hate. Things will come and attack you, but I don't know how that works. I know that sometimes just randomly things will come and attack me, and like I haven't even cast a spell at them yet. Don't go over there, it's gonna blow up. Oh, I guess those don't blow up. The crates, oh that guy, he must have had a dot on him, he just keeled over. The crates and stuff will drop items, they'll usually drop potions and stuff like that. But it's a very small chance, like you can go around the map and destroy crates for a while and not get a thing, and then, you know, sometimes you get a drop. This guy's annoying. He drops firebombs on you. The next heal, see that's the AoE heal. It's a good one. He'll just heal to everybody. Unless you're in a group with voice chat though, it's hard for a healer with that to time it right and get everybody together. Because people are always moving around. This is a pretty fast-paced combat game. Even though, like I said, your animations are locked, you still are pretty active and it's pretty fast-moving. The AI is not great, but sometimes they do things that surprise me. Like that guy. He comes out, he throws a bomb at us, and like as if to pull us into his camp, and then he runs back into his buddies. So that if we just follow him, now we're gonna pull everything, which is kind of what happened. I'm really neglecting my heals here. I'm not doing a good job. Could put... So, there are 2 bags you can open. This is my dungeon bag. These are the things I've found so far in the dungeon. I cannot use these. I have to wait till I get out of the map. This is my regular inventory. These things you can use and assign them to your bar. I think the healing in this game is not up to... It's not balanced, I don't think, with the damage done. I think they still need to do a lot of balancing. You know, I know for sure my heal, this moon phase, heal over time, does not scale. It does not scale at all. As you level up, it really does not get better. And like I did say, it depends a lot on your gear. So if you had better gear, you would do better healing. But you gotta have some scaling as to your level too, and I don't know if it does it at all. So now we're gonna go to the real part of the hard map. On this map is it's like a ship. It's like an airship. This is tricky. You could pull a lot of these things at once, so I'm gonna wait. Oh, you know what you have to do here? There's a trick that you have to do. I didn't do it. I'll do it when I die. It's sort of like a what do you call it? If you log out of the game to the main menu there, you'll log back in there. You'll spawn back in when you die, instead of having to run all the way back. That's why we're missing a guy in the party. He's probably doing that. He's pulling them all. Wow. Wow, I just did damage like 5 or 6 of them, and they hate me now. They don't seem to interrupt casters, so I'm gonna die. That's okay. I need to do that thing. So where am I? It just put me all the way back. The map is down here. You can make it bigger by pressing M and putting it in different parts of the map. See how far away I am? I have to run. Where did I get in? I'm just gonna run where there are no mobs. I wasn't paying attention to the map the whole time. Not that way. On the map, the yellow circle is the exit. The blue circle might be where I need to go. Blue circle might be like the boss. Yeah, no. Blue circle's where we started. Don't tell me I ran all the way back to the start and I kind of respawned nearby where I needed to be. Yeah, they're telling me right now to log out and log back in. All right, it's this way. I remember. I think it's an exploit. I'm not sure if the designers of the game meant for that to be a thing. Which way was it? I don't think we went this way. Oh yeah, we did. You go to main menu. And then you just go back in. Hope I don't get banned now. That's a platinum chest, but that boss, that's not the Dominator bot. That's actually the boss. It's Vesta Firesome. That's the boss. Your character won't really heal over time unless you're using your food. And you can't use your food while you're in combat. It says I'm in combat. Still combat. Oh well. There's another exploit that I saw somebody use. They get the attention of the boss and they run back and forth up here. So the boss tries to get up there using either stairway, and the player just keeps him, you know, reversing direction. I can't really understand what these players are saying because they're not speaking English, but I understand bug, and somebody did mention bugs. Something's going on. No, 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 no. Had the wrong one targeted. I rarely use my root, just because it doesn't last long. Yeah, I'll do one right now. I'll root this guy. Actually, I'll root the other guy that they're not attacking. Uh-oh. Oh no, we pulled the boss. No. We're gonna die. This boss hits really hard. I'll root her. So that's the root. It might be 3 seconds. Actually, that's not too bad. That's better than I remember. Okay. So here I respawn right back on the ship, which is good. Your selected character is outlined in yellow. Let's see if they know that trick. If somebody grabs the boss and then goes up here. I'm not sure if they're trying to avoid the boss. I've been in groups that weren't able to kill the boss. We actually just had to give up. Alright. Who's that up there? Is that one of the champions? No. The boss will she'll reset her health if we all get wiped. Somebody always has to be around fighting here. And that's why the trick comes in handy if they can get her attention and go up here. I'm not sure if this is actually the boss that works on. Thought it was a male boss. Oh, look out. Because it looks like she has some ranged attacks that might get you when you're up there. I'm not even sure if it's worth me using my heals on them. It's just probably best to keep alive and do some damage. Actually, I am gonna heal. Why not? She respawns these things. She respawns all the barrels and the pyroblaze bot. Killed me. Still won't let me use my food because my group's in combat. There are places on the map, like to hide, that get you out of combat. Sometimes that works. That's not one of them. Now somebody has to keep her in combat here, and I guess that's going to be me. No! Oh, I think that's good. We had our other battle mage get in there. Alright, that worked. I was able to use my brew. I think the animations are really cool, but it's frustrating when you're in the middle of the big animations to cast a spell, and then you get hit by an attack and you can't dodge it. Like that. It actually looked like I dodged it, but still I got the damage. I don't remember fighting this boss. I'm just gonna ignore the ads. Ow. I healed him just as he died. Good, everybody's here. Kind of want to wait till everybody's around when you kill the bosses so that they get the dust. They're going to get the items one way or another, but unless you're nearby, I don't think you get the dust. What did I get? I got a level 37 rare piece of armor. Increases my strength, but that's not the stat I want increased. I want to increase my intelligence because I want to be like a healer. Oops. I meant to target him and I missed. I healed myself. Oh, they're gonna go for that platinum chest. Sometimes I see groups just leave the chest there. This is the chest that's going to cost me, I think, 1,000 dust to open in order to get the key. I did it again. So the problem is it's not left click to select, it's right click. It's the thing I don't like about the hard dungeons. You die a lot, spend a lot of time running back to the fight. I'm not even gonna make it back, I'm gonna die. These two mobs keep respawning here. Now there's 3 of them. This is not the worst hard dungeon I've been in, but it's one of them. Guess we're done. Let's see if they do the rest of the map. This is my auto-follow trick. If you try to heal somebody that's too far from you, your character will just follow them until they come in range to heal. But that's the pathing. You'll run into a tree and get stuck. Somebody's using an experience boost potion. I think I have one of those. I should use it. I'm using it. Large experience bonanza brew. Sometimes these mini bosses drop good stuff. Now I'm completely out of mana, so I'm going to drink a potion. You can use it right out of your inventory, but it's better if you assign it to your hotbar. You have 8 slots. Really, you only have 4 slots because the first 4 are your auto attack and your skills or your spells. Oh, that was a nice move. He jumped out of the way of that attack. One of those champions have the same skill that I have on my champion. It's a life steal. Good for tanking. You could kind of make builds in this game, but not. I mean, not really. You only have 3 skills to work with. But the life steal build is the one that you can either have a skill that does more damage that maybe keeps you alive, or that add some utility. I hope they add more skills. Right now there aren't too many in the game. Like, you can't have a lot of variation in the characters yet. There is a Discord. I'll post it at the bottom of the video. You can check out on the Discord. They have descriptions. They have a link for descriptions on all of the skills. So if you're ever in the market for a character NFT, you can always look to see what everything does before you buy it. You kind of want to know what you're getting into and what you want before you buy it. And then run away. I think they fixed the route. That lasts pretty long now. Should kill this guy throwing bombs. Oh no. That attack is brutal. I don't think I could survive that with my champion, with all the armor he has. The champions are much more sturdy than the battle mages. Get out of the way! See, I was casting a spell and I could not move, and that's what happens. The guy just disappeared. $814 dust accumulated so far from this dungeon. I think typically from a hard dungeon you can get almost 2,000 dust if you really complete everything. from a easy dungeon, you'd be lucky to get 1,000. When I was playing a lot, I would normally do 2 or 3 easy dungeons solo, and that would be enough to get me the 2,000 dust that I would need per day. But I stockpiled them. I played for probably too long, and just chained easy dungeons, or I got into groups and got some more dungeons done. I think I stopped when they came out with the pets, and I thought I had enough currency already saved to purchase a pet, because they come out with the pet and everybody jumps on and tries to grab them. They only release 50 at a time, so you know, you have to be one of the first ones to get in there and get it. And I was all set, I was ready, and I was ready to pay for it, and I couldn't pay for it because I didn't have enough EKS. You know, I didn't have enough, not EKS, but Elumia, whatever the currency is. Salonia. I'm like a dummy when it comes to the electronic currency. I don't want to even know about it. I just want to play the game. Well, anyway, I couldn't buy the pet, so I was pretty bummed, and I got disgusted, and I stopped playing for 4 or 5 days. I remember I waited too. It was supposed to come out like 10 o'clock. Then it got delayed to like 11 o'clock. And then it was delayed even further, and it finally came out. I waited all that time and I couldn't get it. The game is a huge grind. Once you get up to like around level 40, even now in my late 30s, it seems like a huge grind. But there is another way to try out the game. I actually did it. On the Discord, there are people who are mentors. They'll offer things called scholarships. A scholarship is simply them kind of loaning one of their characters to you to use in exchange for leveling up their character for them. They let you they pay out the dust that you accumulate, probably like up to 2,000 per day. That's what I had. So a lot of them require you to play for for a minimum amount of time, and then well, the way my mentor did it is he just every day he would send me the currency. I only did it for about a week, but it was enough to try out the game, and then decide I wanted to buy my own. Still not sure if it was a good investment. I mean, the amount of hours of enjoyment I've gotten out of it, I think it probably is worth it, but if I told you how much I spent, then you would probably disagree with me. I'm gonna die. I don't know how I got out of that one. I'm not gonna get out of this one. There's a level. Level 37, I got +1 intelligence and +1 mana. That's it. That's all you get when you level up. You get +1 stat to 2 random attributes. Mana is always good for a caster, and intelligence is really what I want, although it is my lowest. And that's just because of the gear, and it's also because of the way the attributes were delivered when I leveled up. Maybe I just didn't get intelligence as much as I got strength. I'm poisoned. I think I have some poison resist someplace around here. What is this? This one? We'll use it. Poison shield. Hard dungeons are pretty long. There's a lot to fight. Usually takes, you know, about an hour and quarter, hour and a half maybe. That yellow mob with the yellow name is a rare. They all drop stuff. That one did not. Oh wait, this is the rare. I want to be alive when it dies so I get the crystals, the dust crystals, so I want to heal. And I don't want to get killed here. 60 experience, 247 dust. And what did he drop? I don't think he dropped any items. There is no tab target. It's something that the community on Discord has been asking for. I think it would be a very welcome addition. Just hit tab, cycle through targets. It would be great. And the only way you can target something right now is using your cursor and putting it on the mob, clicking. And then clicking a friendly is the opposite. You have to click them with a right click, and now he's selected. And now he's selected. If you click him with a left click, nothing happens, and you heal yourself like I did a few times. There's no assist macros. There's no macros at all, but there's no assist that I know of, so that you can't help your champion who's fighting mobs. You can't. You have to just look, observe who he's hitting, and sometimes it can be really difficult to tell. Oh boy, this is bad. Let's just bomb this right here. Kill the nest. Kill the nest. These things are nasty. Oh, but I just got them all with my AoE. Weapon bombs. Sometimes you pick up bombs you could throw. A lot of times the environment gets in the way. The camera is a little weird. Let's see if I have bombs. I have... That's my dungeon bag. I don't have any bombs to throw. The thing about the root in this game is damage does not break it. Like in many older MMOs, if you root a mob and then damage it, it breaks the root. This is a root no matter what. Look out. When you're low on mana, your screen starts to turn blue, like mine is. When you're low on health, it starts to turn red. Drink a potion. There's another rare. That's pretty good. The root is actually useful now. It used to be like 1 or 2 seconds. It was such a waste. I don't think you can fall. Yeah, you can't fall down there. About to stop me. This champion is not quite dead. I gotta wait for my heal. He's not going into fight because he knows he's gonna die. And it's a long run back here from where he's gonna spawn probably. You don't spawn at the beginning, but you usually have to run a little ways. The other battle mage just went down. I'm low on mana. Potions you can drink anytime. I mean the instant potions, like the mana potions and the energy potions and the... what are they called? They are... yeah, energy potion. But the ones that are food, that replenish your stuff, your resources over time, you can't drink those in combat. But you see how these guys are replenishing their health in mana. The champions use mana too. I call it mana. It's energy. They use it for their skills too. It almost feels like an action RPG. It's just that the fights last a little too long for it to be sort of like an action RPG. But it's got that feeling like it is. I could have sworn I was outside of that blast, but I'm on fire. I never decided which character I liked best. I liked them both, the champion and the battle mage. I didn't want the archer. It would have been cool to try it out, but having two characters is already too much. The time I spend playing, leveling them up, it's not enough even to level one character, never mind two. I already got 8% into level 38, so it's actually not as bad as it seems. It's just that I haven't played in a while, so it seems like it's been forever since I leveled. When I was doing the scholarship and using the character that wasn't mine, I think it was level 43, and I played him for 4 or 5 days, got him to level 45. It seemed like a real grind. I don't mind grindy games so much, as long as they're fun to play. This is fun. I think the combat is fun. I think you could really use some dynamics like taunting, you know, holding aggro. You know, the hate system I think needs to be worked on. And like I said earlier, the balancing between the skills, like especially the heals on some of the heals. But it's early in development, so hopefully they do fix those things. This game is not going to see a lot of players like a typical MMO would, just because of the way it's structured with the currency, the way it is. People don't want these types of games, mostly because they fail. And you know, when I got into this game, I was fully expecting to try it and play it for as long as it was on, and then not be able to play it anymore, because that seems to be a thing. And I'm still prepared for that. But I've never tried one, and I figured, why not? Why not try one? There are a bunch of them, apparently. These mushrooms give you dust. When you sell them in the city, they give you dust. And I think there's also a quest. There's like, there are some quest lines that you can do. I'm currently on one. I forget what it is. You have to go outside of Elumia City. There's another area. Supposedly it's going to be for housing, where obviously you have to purchase your house, right? And there's a NPC on the dock that gives you, I don't know if you'd call it like an epic quest. So I think you need those mushrooms for that. I've already got a few. I didn't really need those, but like I said, oh no, they're not. You need dust-infused spores, not the mushrooms. I forget where you get those from. Characters are all pre-named. You cannot name your character. In fact, you cannot make any adjustments to your character at all. You just buy it as it is. And even when you level, you don't control where the points go. It's all random. Those are nasty. The bear traps hurt. They hurt a lot. I think we're almost done. Oh, there's another camp here. Yeah, I don't know. These maps are really large. I guess we're skipping this camp. I saw a bear trap. The battle mages can see them and blow them up before they trigger. Yeah, here are the spiders, and of course my poison resistance potion wore off. I guess now they're just looking for another mini boss or rare. Yeah, this guy's checking. He just actually wrote it in English. There are some hidden areas in maps, which are pretty cool. I didn't know about them until I grouped up with someone who knew. And you have to keep your eyes peeled. Some of them are hidden pretty well. They're like little passages. They may be covered by vegetation or something like that. Usually on the easy maps. I don't think I've seen too many of those on the hard map. There's a bear trap. Look out. Why can't I shoot it? Unfortunately, you cannot lure NPCs or mobs onto the bear trap. It won't trigger on them, only on players. I think archers have traps, though. If you're an archer, you can drop traps for them. Tried to heal the other champion who's not in range, so it wound up going on to me. Let's see, dungeon bag. I've got 1,980 dust, so nearly 2,000 dust for this, and we're not done. I should have saved the heal for this guy. He's low. No more bosses. Let's just clear. Oh, this is that Annihilator Apex. Stay out of the way of that spinning grinder thing. I tried to heal him and I healed myself. Which way are they? Yeah, they're down here. I see, I didn't... Oh, I did get the dust. That was close enough. Now, if I didn't get back in time, I wouldn't have gotten any dust. I would have gotten any... I would have gotten the drops, though. So that could make your party members angry if you don't wait for them to kill the boss or the mini boss. But sometimes you have to, otherwise the party wipes and then the boss resets. Something is healing them. That medic bot. Kill that first. I guess they want to kill it last. The music can get repetitive. It does shift. Oh, here's a hidden part of the map. You can do some adjustments on graphics and other things. You can turn the music off. I'm out of mana. Oh, I wasted that. Okay, didn't cast. Ah, that was a good stretch. I didn't die for a while. Yeah, Albion Online is I was playing actually this morning and I didn't stream. I was doing a lot of PvP trying to get the right build because I stink at PvP. It was more of like a practice run. Where am I? But yeah, those two games are in my rotation for sure. Coming up with a schedule is going to be tough in the next, I don't know, few weeks. Just because I got a new job, a new second job. Among other things that I need to take care of otherwise, but it is a good idea, not only for myself to maximize the time I have to play them, but also for my streaming schedule. I think it's going to be good. Still working on a lot of the things for the channel, for the Twitch channel and YouTube channel. I'm working on setting up a lot of things because I've been doing YouTube for a little while, but brand new to Twitch, and Still learning, like, finding my way through here. I don't know, are those guys gonna come down to us? Somebody's waiting down here. Still trying to convince my friends to get back into Dark Age of Camelot. They did play Albion Online for quite a while, but then they stopped playing that. They kind of moved on to newer games. We got together last night for Project Zomboid, which they're into now. Not a game that I really spend a lot of time playing. Up till last night, I think I'd only played it for a few hours. But we had fun. The game is like really totally hard. Not more into the MMOs rather than, I mean, that's like you can call that a survival game. I like survival games, but that one is ultra realistic. I don't know why he didn't wait. I don't know if we're gonna survive this. Kill the medic bot. Kill the medic bot. Nice heal. Ugh. This gets old, running back and forth. I have a speed potion. Oh, that's a poison potion. There's a speed potion in here. That's this. Let's use it. I'm done saving up all these potions. I'm just gonna use them. They're just keeping they're just taking up space in my inventory. Yeah, catch me if you can, suckers. Eat my dust. I'm out. There are two blue dots down there. Those are crystals. Those are dust crystals. So they, maybe they're waiting for me before they bust them open. I hope. Yeah, they're still busy fighting. Oh boy. No. Guys, oh, look out. This is not a good place to fight this thing. There's not a lot of room to move. I'm gonna die. Gotta get up here and fight it. No good. Dead again. That Navi O is a quest mob. Maybe that somebody needs that. I'm gonna try to heal. I'm dead here. Probably should have cleared all these mobs first. What's that? Is he lying there for her, like on purpose? Heal him. Why can't I heal him? Not enough energy? That's gold chest or platinum? I can't tell. Nice. It's a platinum chest. There's one champion that's still lying down over there. I don't know what that's about. I didn't know there were emotes or anything you can do like that. Unless he's like Link Dead, maybe he disconnected, but it shows his character like that. He shows him in the party still. What does that mean? Unable to move or use actions. Never seen that. Oh, the chest got back to 100% life. Even if you leave the chest alone, it resets. Alright. I think I've had enough. Probably time to get out of here. This guy, look at him. Oh, he just disappeared. I hate these things. You can't look up any further than this. Like, I can't look at the sky. This is as far up as the camera goes. You can look down. That thing will heal everything around it. That's a kamikaze that will come after you and blow up. That's just to stay away from that stuff, if you ask me. But this group wants to kill everything. Pow. That's what you get. Kill this first. I don't know what these yellow things are. They're new. Or I just never noticed. I'm not going to be able to do this. I can't out-damage it. It just keeps healing. That's a waste of time. It's just going to get healed. Unless it gets far away from that thing. Right now it's probably out of range. And it goes back and gets healed. You're just a pawn in our game, hero. Oh, this is bad news. Saw that coming. This has been going on for over an hour and a half now. It's probably the longest map I've done ever. I'm dead. Oh, I got out of that one. Is it just me fighting this thing? I think they ran away from it. They did. time to cast a spell. Common quiver. Useless. Sell it. What I will be doing from now on is posting on the Eden Discord when I'm going to stream. Somebody came in last time I was streaming and told me that's a thing that you could do that, so I'm gonna. Wow, 2,700 dust is the most I've ever gotten from a dungeon. Spare chop. Don't step on it. She stepped on it. This thing will keep on spawning spiders. Die. The 15th time. This next heal's for me. At least the run isn't that far. Are we done? These guys are persistent. No, someone has to go. Yeah, me too. Whoops. Sometimes it knocks you out of group. I hate that. Oh, come on. The guy, he has a particular reason why he has to go. I won't mention it. This other guy has no more potions, so that's a good reason to go. Where are they going? If they're leaving, they're going the wrong way. Oh, no, they're going the right way. I'm going the wrong way. Potions you can buy. There's a shop in the city. I have a couple other stream videos of Elumia where I go through the city and point out all of the things you can do in the city. Not too much, just buy some things, sell some things, turn in quests like I did in the beginning of this one. But not until they open up the other part of the map where the housing's going to be that they're gonna have more things to do. Finally. An hour and 45 minutes for the dungeon. Crazy. That's too long. So I want to travel to Elumia City, and I want to take as much as I can. The valuable things are going to be the chests, obviously. I'm going to have to pay to open them, but you can't select a group of things and transfer them all. You have to keep clicking on them. Wish they would fix that. I want all the bombs. The bombs are helpful when like those spiders swarm you. The potions, the sword will sell. Oh, I can take everything. So it's a good thing I used those potions because I freed up space. 2,774 dust and all this stuff. Not bad. And then that will be the end of the stream. Going to be busy today, but by the afternoon, North America Eastern Time, I should be streaming Dark Age of Camelot. If not this afternoon, definitely this evening. And like I said, I'm going to post it on the Discord, on the Eden Discord. And yeah, I'm going to try and come up with a schedule and some other things for the channel. Thanks for tuning in to the stream, Mad Cow Man. Appreciate it. And if I see you around again, I'll definitely be hitting you up on some information on Dark Age because I've still got a lot to learn. All right, take care. Have a nice day.